Hey everyone, Brayden here, coming to you with a breaking Disney news update unlike any that you have ever heard in your life. Today did not go how I thought it was going to go because I do have some scoops, some inside info for you guys regarding two big projects currently happening at Walt Disney World. So when I woke up this morning, I was thinking, oh, I'll make a video about one of those. But then something even more exciting hit the wires as one of our sources messages me, hey Brayden, a cast member just found a bear on Tom Sawyer Island. A bear, as in not the country bears, the animatronics and walk around characters that we have in Frontierland. No, an actual black bear is in Frontierland at the Magic Kingdom. And I'm thinking, no way, this can't possibly be right. But then sure enough, the Magic Kingdom opens and guests come into the park, they go to the hub, and what they find is Disney has walls of cast members stationed blocking off the entrances to Adventureland and Liberty Square, effectively keeping half of the entire park closed past the park opening, and half the attractions in the park, 10 attractions over there, were closed all morning. The cast members were telling guests that they were having some sort of technical difficulty, which was somehow keeping an entire half of the park closed, and that's when I realized this is real. So at that point, I raced to my computer, I get the news article put together on mickeyviews.com saying, breaking, bear found inside Disney's Magic Kingdom, lands closed around Tom Sawyer's Island. And then the website crashed because a bunch of you guys were so excited about this story and I had to get all that figured out. Anyways, so the legend that quickly developed in regards to this that I heard was quite specific. So every day before the Magic Kingdom opens, cast members have a pre-opening checklist to make sure everything is in order. Most of this is very routine stuff, you know, is everything clean? Are the rides running right? Just things like that. Some of these checks that cast members do are actually pretty interesting, like checking the welds on the quite old Space Mountain track. That is done very routinely because they've had some issues with that in the past. But one of the more routine checks is walking around Tom Sawyer's Island. Some days on Tom Sawyer's Island, they'll find a snake or something like that. I've actually witnessed that happen before in person. You know, it's an island in a Florida swamp, so you're gonna have things like that happen. But what happened today is one for the books. So according to our source, a cast member goes into the caves, you know, the artificial caves that you have on Tom Sawyer Island. It's a really cool area, by the way. If you always skip it when you're at the Magic Kingdom, I highly recommend checking out the island. You will not regret it. But the cast member this morning probably did regret it as they went through their checklist. All right, the cave is clean, check. Bear in place, check. Wait a second, a bear? Now, if that's exactly how it went down or not, I couldn't tell you for sure. But mind you, while Disney did eventually get Adventureland and Liberty Square and Frontierland back open, over 3 hours after the other half of the park had opened, Tom Sawyer's Island did not reopen with Big Thunder Mountain and all of those. It stayed closed. Disney kept Tom Sawyer's Island closed, and they also kept the railroad closed, which goes behind Tom Sawyer Island through that forest where the bear was eventually found. Spoiler alert. So for many hours, as Disney is trying to get this bear, half of the park is closed. So while this is really fun for us, it wasn't so fun for the people who paid money, paid very good money. We know how expensive the tickets are these days to be at the Magic Kingdom today because, as you can see in this data from Thrill Data, who in real time tracks the wait times and compares them to what is the normal curve for wait times throughout the day at the Magic Kingdom, you can see that wait times skyrocketed to 2x what they normally are for the same time of day quite quickly there by late in the morning because Disney let in all these guests and only half of the rides were actually operating. So it was very, very packed on the right side of the Magic Kingdom as the left side was all closed. So after many hours of half the park being closed and guests wondering what's going on, we did finally start to see some official statements start to trickle in. The Florida Fish and Wildlife Conservation Commission, they issued a statement saying that they were aware of a black bear reported in a tree on Walt Disney World property at the Magic Kingdom, and that staff are working on capturing and relocating the bear. So there was our first confirmation that the technical difficulty that the cast members were talking about that was keeping half the park closed, it really wasn't so technical at all. It was a bear. And around the same time during the 12 o'clock hour, Disney released a statement that they are reopening all the lands despite still working to capture the bear. So if you want my take on the matter, I believe both the Wildlife Commission statement that there was a bear up in a tree and Disney called them saying there's a bear up in a tree, and our sources claim that the bear was first found in a cave on Tom Sawyer's Island, because even if that were the case, Disney would never want to talk about that, because if they did, nobody would ever dare go in those caves ever again. Can you imagine finding a bear in there? Think about it. If you're this guy at the Magic Kingdom, where's a better place to chill than Tom Sawyer's Island, right? So you go over to Tom Sawyer Island, you get some sleep, you catch some Z's in the cave. Maybe he was planning on hibernating there, and then in the morning a human finds you, and then you go skedaddle up a tree, right? That's what I believe happened, something like that. Whatever the case, finally around 1 p.m. Eastern time, the Wesh News chopper captured wildlife personnel and Disney personnel extracting the captured bear via tarp from the Magic Kingdom after many long-fought hours, where this one bear was holding up this multi-billion-dollar enterprise, keeping half of the Magic Kingdom closed. Seemed like he was giving Disney some major trouble in capturing him. The aerial footage we got, the area you're looking at, is the forest behind the Haunted Mansion show building. So we know for sure the bear was behind the Haunted Mansion at some point. Where else he was, I know there are cast members somewhere out there that know for sure where he first was and where he went and all of that. My theory is he was all over the place, because other websites, they heard that the bear was up in a tree behind Big Thunder Mountain. There are trees back there, that could totally be the case. I was hearing from my sources it was first in a cave at Tom Sawyer, then it ran out of the cave, then it was in Tom Sawyer, then it went behind Tom Sawyer into the forest that you have on the other side of the Rivers of America there, and the bear was in that vicinity the whole time, and that is the vicinity where the bear was eventually caught. What we do know is that it was caught behind the Haunted Mansion here, which likely means the bear headed away from wherever he was originally spotted. Because if this bear was hanging out behind the Haunted Mansion, what are the chances that he would have even been caught? You know, they probably wouldn't have even noticed him doing their pre-opening checks. I don't think that they really checked the forest super well first thing in the morning. I could be wrong, but today that forest definitely got a pretty decent combing, with all sorts of personnel going through all the woods behind Tom Sawyer's Island there and finally capturing that bear. If you're curious as to what sort of fate is going to befall the iconic Magic Kingdom bear that gave us so much entertainment today, the Wildlife Commission is relocating the bear to an area near the Ocala National Forest. So that's where today's Magic Kingdom visitor, VIP, that's where he will be residing moving forward. Needless to say, quite the day for Disney as well as Disney fans. A bear at the Magic Kingdom, just absolutely unreal. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to subscribe with those notifications on so you don't miss videos like these in the future. It's not every day that a bear closes half the Magic Kingdom, but we do have some other pretty big stories in store for you guys, so stay tuned for those. If you'd like to support the creation of these videos and breaking news reports, head over to mickeyviews.com/support to find out how. Thank you all so much for watching. From the Mickey Views Magic Studio, this is Brayden. Have a magical day.